Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Varsity Fieldhouse at Brownsburg High School on the campus of Brownsburg High School here in Brownsburg, Indiana. Tonight's Indiana high school basketball action between the Brownsburg Bulldogs and the Tri-West Bruins, the inter-county rivals, not in the same conference or class, but we look forward to a really competitive contest tonight as the Tri-West Bruins come in at 9-4. They made a little bit of noise in the county tournament earlier this year, and to face the Brownsburg Bulldogs, who are 13-2, a big win, very convincing win last night here at home against the Westfield Shamrocks. Brownsburg sits at 13-2, number 5 in the AP poll in the state, and sitting kind of pretty in second place in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference as we approach the kind of the final stretch here, Chris, for the season here in 2014. Joining me in the booth tonight is Chris Rowley, our producer, Rob Kendall. And we thank all of you for joining us on xrbradio.com and audiosportsonline.com. Those of you who may be watching and viewing on audiosportsonline.com. Looking forward to a very competitive contest. As we said, the crowd filing in should have a good crowd on hand, as Tri-West has a good representation, too. They've made the trip down 136 for tonight's contest. So, again, Chris Rowley joins you in the booth. Chris, how are you?
Good. Thank you, Troy.
And like I said, we're about eight and a half minutes here before the introductions in the national anthem. We got some go over some stats and kind of what we should expect tonight in the game. One of the things that really sticks out, Chris, to me, looking at the starting lineups, is the height and athleticism and overall height of the Tri-West Bruins. All of their varsity lineup is 6 foot or more, with the exception of Miller, who's 5'9". But if they can mix that height and some athleticism and quickness, could really cause some problems for that kind of three-guard offense that the Bulldogs run.
Yeah, interesting matchup here. Besides, a little bit of a county rivalry, and some of these kids know each other, of course. Coach did talk about that on Thursday when we looked at this two-game set. Of course, Brownsburg, as you mentioned, over Westfield last night, accomplished game one of this important two-game set, and they want to keep it rolling here. They do not want to give up anything here and keep this good record rolling. But yes, and he mentioned Tri-West length and their athletic ability. Tri-West always has a good athletic department. They have a good sports program. Won state championships in football, a good wrestling program, a number of good sports, good baseball. So they're always competitive no matter the situation. I expect that to be so tonight. And yes, Brownsburg will have to deal with some height. Of course, Brownsburg can match that height a little bit with Kyle Thompson, Dalton LaShawn, Sam Comer down low, but it'll be a test.
The Bruins, like I said, they come in at 9-4 in second place in the Sagamore Conference. The Bulldogs at 13-2 after their win last night against Westfield, a convincing win here at Varsity Fieldhouse in front of a nice crowd again. And they find themselves in second place in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference, with Hamilton Southeastern in first place. HSC, the number 2 team in the state. And Brownsburg's only 2 losses, as we stressed last night, have come from the Carmel Greyhounds to open up the season here at home. And Carmel sits now currently number 1 team in the state in the AP poll in 4A basketball, and HSE sits at number 2. So Brownsburg has shown that they can also play very well in the back half of back-to-backs this year. They came off that tough loss to Hamilton Southeastern the other night. They go down 74 to Crawfordsville and get a nice victory on the road on the back half of a Friday and Saturday night back-to-back. And so we're looking, like I said, a lot of these kids know each other. These coaches definitely know each other. The Bruins are coached by Adam Bonreger. He's 64-39 in his 5th year at Tri-West, 87-80 overall in his 8th year of coaching in Indiana basketball. Steve Lynch, the head coach of the Brownsburg Bulldogs, 13-2 here in his first year at Brownsburg, and 116-54 in his 8th year overall. And Coach Lynch comes to us by way of Mount Vernon High School.
Right, and just looking at some of Tri-West stats so far this week, they're led by Trevor Waite, a junior, number 21 here tonight, is averaging 17.8 points a ball game. So Trevor Waite, that's certainly able to score the ball for the Bruins. Second in scoring for them is Austin Musial at 10.2. Brent Gadberry follows that at 9.8, and then Durante Ragsdale at 9.0. So they can score the ball a little bit. Not a lot of three-point shooters, Troy. For them, Trevor Waite leads with 23 three-pointers made. Brent Gadberry after that. So don't expect a lot of three-point shooting from Tri-West tonight, but I imagine they'll feed the ball down low, try and use some of that height. But, of course, we expect another fine effort defensively from Brownsburg's fine man-to-man and switching to a zone defense.
Well, the overall meeting, these two teams did not play last year. Their last meeting was in January 7th of 2012, where the Bulldogs beat the Bruins 53-39. And Brownsburg does lead the overall series over the course of the last 20 years, 19-2 of their opponents' records. Tri-West with a weaker schedule, their opponents show a record of 86 and 108, while Brownsburg shows 137 and 88 on the season. And versus common foes this year, Brownsburg is 3-0, and the Bruins find themselves at 0-3.
Yeah, and two of those are, of course, Avon and Danville. Just to update the Hoosier Crossroads Conference standings as we come into this game tonight. Hamilton Southeastern, they are at 14-2. Brownsburg 13-2. Zionsville, the hot team, is 11-2. Now they have a big game tonight. They're going to host number 1 Carmel later on. We'll get you updates on that game. Noblesville at 10-5. McCutcheon, a good season for them, 11-4, and they've won 3 straight. Fisher struggling at 5-10. They've lost 3 straight. Avon, our friends to the south, at 7-9. They did get a win last night over Lafayette Jeff, who is 4-11. Harrison, West Lafayette 4-10, and Westfield now at 2-13. There are several big conference games tonight as we have a full schedule on a Saturday night. Anderson High School is at Fishers. Avon is at Ben Davis. Tough game there for the Orioles. As we mentioned, Carmel at Zionsville. Hamilton Heights is at Westfield. Lafayette Central Catholic at Harrison West Lafayette. Lafayette Jeff at West Lafayette. Lawrence North is at Hamilton Southeastern. Could be a little challenge for the Royals there, but I expect them to get by that. McCutcheon at Benton Central. Noblesville is at Mount Vernon. And, of course, our game tonight here, Troy.
Lawrence North coming off that loss last night to Carmel. And so they'll be looking to not lose 2 in a row, but 2 tough opponents right there back-to-back. Again, we want to stress again the only 2 losses Brownsburg has on the year at the hands of number 1 Carmel and number 2 Hamilton Southeastern. We'll jump around, give you some scores from college basketball from earlier today as we await the countdown to the introductions to the national anthem. Number 16 Iowa State from the Big 12 beats TCU 84-69. Kansas beats West Virginia in Big 12 competition 83-69. Number 17 Iowa over number 10 Michigan. Chris and I talked about that game a little bit. The Hawkeyes very impressive today at home over the Michigan Wolverines 85-67. Kentucky over Mississippi State on the road 69-59. Kansas State goes into Texas and beats up on the Longhorns, the number 15 ranked Longhorns 74-57. Number 3 Florida, who looks really good as we start to close out the year and prepare ourselves for the tournament. They stand at 78-69 and ranked 3rd in the country. They beat Alabama in Gainesville today. Number 25 Pittsburgh over Virginia Tech 62-57. Number 20 Virginia 64-45 over Georgia Tech. And Wichita State, number 4 team in the country, they will be at Northern Iowa tonight. Oklahoma State's number 19 in the country. They're at Texas Tech. Gonzaga and Memphis, number 23 and number 4, will tip off at the FedEx Center in Memphis at 9 o'clock tonight.
I'm going to watch that one later.
Yeah, that game's on ESPN. We should be home just in time to get about the mid-first half range there. And number 7, Cincinnati, a team that's taken a lot of people by surprise, take on Larry Brown's SMU Mustangs tonight. That game is on the road and is on ESPNU. Anybody that wants to tune in and catch that game, that's a 7:30 tip. Number 21 Oklahoma leads Baylor 29-19 in the first, and number 11 Duke leads Boston College in the second half 59-44. That's your trip around college basketball and some scores from around the league. Chris?
Just looking at some keys to tonight's game that I see is, number 1, I think a big factor in this game is Brownsburg's intensity level. We talked about they don't want to let down in these 2 games, both Westfield and Tri-West, that you figure on paper Brownsburg should win, and they don't want to let down. So an important key is Brownsburg's intensity level. They've been strong and tough all year. I don't think it'll let down at all. They should be fine in that. Also, I think for Tri-West to win, of course, they must shoot a high percentage, be successful on their field goal and 3-point attempts. And then, of course, the only variable factor for each team we don't know is how's this game going to be called. Anybody get in foul trouble or hit a bunch of free throws could swing the game one way or the other. Now, Tri-West did play last night, too, just like Brownsburg. They played Southmont, won that game 84-53, and, of course, Brownsburg victorious over Westfield last night.
We're just under a minute now in state college action. Purdue trails Ohio State 51-45, 6:40 left to go in the second half. Indiana's at the Barn tonight. They'll be playing the Minnesota Golden Gophers in a big game for both of those teams. That game tips off a little bit after 8 o'clock.
You're going to try and catch that, Troy.
I will be catching that game for sure. So we look forward to that. So we're going to just pause here just for a moment as we await the opening remarks from a member of the student body about the Brownsburg Athletic and the Hoosier Crossroads Conference IHSA conduct policy. One of the good things we have here, we have enthusiastic fans and good, well-behaved fans usually at these contests, and we're thankful for that. A great environment for basketball here at Varsity Fieldhouse.
Boy, Troy, these Tri-West fans are going to add to that. They brought a big crowd, bigger than Avon here.
Right in that first section, right up on the left. Well, there's our national anthem, and a really nice rendition of it by the pep band here at the Brownsburg High School pep band. Excuse me, Chris and I were commenting earlier that we have an endearing relationship with the pep band. We've memorized all of their songs, I think, over the
they go way back, some of those songs, no doubt,
over the course of the season so far. And it's really been enjoyable. This will be our last scheduled broadcast of the year. I believe that's correct.
Well, we have one more on a Tuesday night.
We do have one more on a Tuesday night. So we do have one more after this, and then barring, we'll see what happens when it's time for sectional play. The starting lineups are being introduced now. We'll go over those real quick. For the Tri-West Bruins, number 4, Connor Miller. He's a 5'10" junior, and he's a guard. Number 10, Geronati Ragsdale. He's a junior at 6'5", and he'll be in the center. Number 21, Trevor Waite. He's a junior, 6'2", and he's a guard. Number 25, Austin Musial. He's a senior, 6'3", and he's a guard. Number 31, Grant Gadberry. He's a senior, 6'5", and he's a forward. For the Brownsburg Bulldogs, the usual suspects. Number 3, Trevor Lucas, 6 foot and a senior. Number 10, Darian Ringo, 6'2", and a junior. Number 11, Tyler Houston will start tonight, 6'2", and a senior. Number 22, KJ Walton, 6'3", and a junior. And number 42, Kyle Thompson, the big guy in the middle at 6'7", and he is a senior. So we saw a little bit last night, that platooning of Dalton Vachon and Thompson, a lot more than I thought we had seen previously in the season. And I think that Vachon, as a junior, has really showed he really showed a lot of poise, and he played really well when he was in the game, played with a lot of energy. He was really aggressive defensively, not afraid to get outside that paint, get outside the arc. And I've said it before, you've said it before, we've got that three-guard play, shoot the three, drive to the hoop. But if the big man can really get involved, both of them, it really will help measure that success more for the Bulldogs, I think, Chris.
Yeah, glad you mentioned that, Troy. That was one of my things to look for that I wrote down on a side notice. Kyle Thompson needs to have a good game. He didn't have a real good game at Noblesville, got in foul trouble, and that's when Dalton Vachon really came in, and that was one of his best games of the year. Glad you mentioned Dalton. He's a good kid, comes in, gives him some good minutes. He's a part of the regular rotation, but Kyle Thompson needs to have a good start here tonight. He's not necessarily asked to score the ball, but he needs to stay in there, stay out of foul trouble, get some things done. Of course, last night, Trevor Lucas started the game with 23 big points. He had a real good game. KJ had 14 last night, and Ringo with 9. So there's your scores. Mavunga off the bench had 8 points last night. Here we go, Troy.
We're ready to tip it up. It'll be Jerriani Ragsdale will be tipping it up against Thompson, and Thompson wins the bout. The ball is tipped to Ringo, and here come the Bulldogs, and Ringo brings it off half court. Tips it over to Lucas over on the far side outside the arc. Goes top of the key. There's Thompson outside that arc again. Ringo takes back possession. Trevor Lucas gets it outside the three-point arc. He's going to start the game with a three on the way. It rattles around and misses. The rebound goes to Tyler Houston, and the Bulldogs control.
Tyler Houston's done that all year long, come up with a big rebound for you, and he got one off that missed shot from Trevor.
Lucas now driving at the free throw line, gives it back out to Walton. Walton gives it to Ringo outside the arc on the far side. He's going to drive. Back to Lucas. A three from the same spot on its way. Rattles out again. And the rebound goes to the Bruins. And here comes Tri-West the other way. The Bruins moving left to right. The Bulldogs moving right to left.
Brownsburg will start in a man-to-man defense.
Miller up top, running the offense for the Bruins. Gets the ball knocked away by Ringo. Ringo was so aggressive on defense last night, Chris. And right there he shows it again early in the game. Nice pass inside, and the ball rattles in. The shot missed by Austin Musial. I think Musial was kind of surprised he was so wide open after he got the ball. He hesitated a bit. The Bulldogs come the other way. No score, 6:50 in the first quarter.
Trevor, a rebound there. Leads the team in rebound. And here's Ringo from three.
Ringo misses the three. The rebound goes to Austin Musial.
3 shots for Brownsburg, all 3-pointers, and they're 0 for 3 from the field.
Connor Miller will bring it down for the Bruins. Controlling outside is Trevor Waite. Waite looking. Goes back to Miller. Miller now dishes it over in the corner. Number 31, Gradberry. Gradberry gets it back top of the key to Waite. Waite back to Gradberry. He's got Miller in the corner. Miller looks to drive. He's going to a nice take to the basket by the guard. And a nice save. Really nicely done by Ragsdale. As Ragsdale throws it behind his back, the ball goes all the way back to midcourt, and the Bruins keep it from the backcourt violation. Controlling at the top of the keys, Trevor Waite.
Ragsdale, an athletic down-low post player for Tri-West.
Another nice save by Ragsdale.
I think that ball's going to go to Brownsburg, though.
It is. Austin Musial drove in, dished the ball to Ragsdale. He kind of fumbled it out of bounds. He went to save it, but he got his foot on the baseline, and the turnover goes to the Bulldogs. Ringo will bring it down slowly. The Bulldogs will slow it up, see if they can get something working inside here. All 3 of their shots have been from the perimeter, and they've all 3 missed.
Tri-West also in a man-to-man defense here to start.
Here they go to Thompson on the block. He goes up, and he's fouled by Ragsdale. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, we talked about Kyle getting involved in the offense, and they ran a play for him there. Got him the ball in the low block, went up, was fouled, trying to make the field goal.
Thompson goes to the line. That's the first team foul for the Bruins. 5:42 here in the first quarter, no score. The first free throw is up, and the Bulldogs lead at 1-0.
Thompson, about 70% foul shooter on the year, converts that first one.
Thompson looks on. The second free throw is up. Off the front of the rim, misses. Nice rebound by K.J. Walton. Goes up, gets the ball stripped, gets his own rebound, gets it stripped again, a third time, and he lays it up and in.
Well, he was just going to stay with it no matter what. He had 2 Tri-West defenders surrounding him. Kept fumbling the ball. They were batting it away, but he stuck with it and got the field goal.
I kind of like how the officials let him play there for a minute, too. That was nice.
Bro.
That was good to see. The Bruins control the other way. Top of the key is Miller. Miller gets it over to Musial. Musial controlling on the far side. Back to Miller, top of the key. Miller back to Musial. Musial fakes a 3. Right back to Miller. Miller and Musial just keep playing catch outside the arc. There now a lot of pressure by Tyler Houston and Trevor Lucas, both in the trap in the corner, and they're going to call traveling. So a defensively forced turnover there by the Bulldogs.
2 turnovers for Tri-West here in the first quarter. 3-0, 4:56 left. 3-0, Brownsburg leads.
Into the first quarter in conference play, Noblesville leads Mount Vernon 12-9. Not a conference game, but a conference opponent. That's in the first quarter. Northview leads Plainfield 13-8 at the end of 1. Lucas off the screen, gives it to Tyler Houston. Houston for 3, and that's good. Chris called it when it left his hands.
Boy, Tyler just got himself open there, found the open spot in the against Tri-West defense, wide open 3, and he'll hit a few of those.
That's been a bit of the sweet spot for the Bulldog, or the preferred spot. Both of Lucas's 3s came from that spot. He missed them both. Houston nails it. A real nice soft touch there as Tri-West turns. The ball gets knocked out of bounds by Ringo on the other side.
Tri-West would like to get Trevor Waite a field goal here. He averages almost 18 points a game. I don't think he's shot yet.
Usual turnaround jump shot is short from about 16. The rebound goes back to Tri-West, and Waite has it. He gets it outside to the guard, Miller, who misses a three, and here come the Bulldogs the other way. Ringo had K.J. Walton. He's going to hold on to it, though. Back to Houston. Three from the same spot.
Oh.
Missed it short. Rebound goes to Trevor Waite from Tri-West, and the Bruins come the other way. Cross-court pass to Miller. Miller gets it into Ragsdale, who misses the jump shot, and going in for the rebound, the putback is Brant Gadberry. He is fouled, and he'll go the line for the three-point play.
Boy, good work there by Tri-West. Got the ball to Ragsdale for a good baseline shot. He just missed it long, but Gadberry was there for the rebound, the putback, and the foul.
Gadberry fouled the shot really, Gadberry fouled the shot really well there. The free throw rattles around and drops. So the three-point play is complete. The only points for the Bruins here in the first quarter, 3:50 left, 6-3 Brownsburg.
Brownsburg running that set-high offense here, trying to get people off a screen.
K.J. Walton controls outside the arc. He's bumped a little bit out there by Gadberry. Back to Thompson. Ringo has it outside the arc on the near side. Ringo looks to go baseline. He will. Passes it back to Lucas outside the arc. He'll drive. He got slapped a little bit.
Did.
No call.
Kyle.
Now Thompson's going to take a three. He hit it. Big guy, number 7, Kyle Thompson, the senior, number 42, hits the three from the near side, and that's from the exact same spot. They've taken all but one of the threes they've taken so far here in the first quarter.
That's his first three-pointer of the year, Troy. Kyle Thompson, the big man from three.
So Thompson inks a spot in the perimeter shooting market. And a three on the way by Tri-West. It's off. The shot by Miller misses. And a nice rebound inside by Waite. Waite's putback is short, and Trevor Lucas fights for the rebound and gets it. Here come the Bulldogs the other way. Quickly, Ringo driving. Dishes it to Houston. Back to Lucas. Yeah. Top of the key. A three on the way. Hit it. That'll cause the Bruins to call a timeout. So timeout Tri-West at the 2:47 mark in the first quarter. The Bulldogs putting on a perimeter shooting clinic. They lead it 12-3.
We want to thank our friends at Brownsburg McDonald's. 2 convenient locations in Brownsburg, one just off 267 and 74, the other off Main Street next to Marsh. Don't forget, McDonald's is the host of the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show. Your chance to get the latest updates on Avon and Brownsburg basketball with interviews of players and coaches. The show airs every Friday night at 6 p.m. on xrbradio.com and is available via podcast at audiosportsonline.com. Thank you, McDonald's, for your support of Brownsburg basketball. And, of course, we also want to thank our other sponsors tonight, Hendricks County Estate Buyers, Ivy Tech, Nelson Jewelers, Panuni's, Pete Fay, your State Farm agent, Westside Plumbing, and Wiley Palooza.
12-3. The Bulldogs lead at 2:47 left to go in the first quarter. And Brownsburg asserting themselves as a perimeter shooting team here in the early going. Including the center, Kyle Thompson, who hits his first three of the year.
That was fantastic. We talked about him right before the tip. He's got 4 points. He was wide open from three, and might as well take it, and he did and hit it. So Brownsburg's being patient on offense tonight, working the ball around well, getting open shots.
Tri-West calls a timeout after Trevor Lucas sinks the three from the top of the key. So they'll try and put together. I wonder if you might see them. I don't know what Tri-West tendencies are defensively. You may see them go to a zone here to try and prevent that.
With their length, maybe, maybe so. Dalton LaShawn and Jordash McVunga checked in at that timeout, Troy.
Bringing the ball down. Trevor Waite brings it down, and now some pressure up top. Connor Miller controls. Back to Waite. Outside the arc on the far side. Miller has it back top of the key.
Brownsburg in a zone with Dalton nailing down the middle.
Connor Miller gets it back to Wade on the far side outside the arc. He looks to drive, and there's that zone and a kick by Ringo. Ringo has just been so aggressive and so well played defensively yesterday's game and this first quarter so far.
Sure, and I know he leads them in steals by far throughout the season. He can get a steal or somebody else does. He loves to get that breakout and get down to the other end of the court for an open layup.
Yeah, I shouldn't isolate it to just the first quarter tonight and the last game. He's played that way all year defensively. It really stood out last night. A ton of defensive steals turned into points against Westfield last night.
Yeah, the Westfield guards were no match for his quickness.
Waite controls, top of the key, gives it back off to Connor Miller. Miller over to Musial. You like that last name, don't you, Chris?
You read my mind right there. I hear that. Stan the man, did play high school basketball. He's a very good basketball player in Pennsylvania.
Well, and right there on key, Trevor Waite goes to the paint, makes a nice layup with the assist from Musial. So 12-5, 1:36 left to go in the first quarter. The Bulldogs lead Tri-West.
Yeah, Tri-West is going to need Mr. Waite to have a good game here tonight.
Ringo controls top of the key. K.J. Walton, who's not gotten involved offensively yet, Now he's got a wide open three. He'll take it. It's on the way, and it rattles out, and the rebound goes to Ragsdale for Tri-West. Nice aggressive rebound at the front of the rim there by Ragsdale. Little traveling call on the other end. Austin Musial tried to back down Trevor Lucas. Shuffled his feet after he picked up the ball. Had some difficulty with the dribble. Traveling is called, and there's another turnover for the Bruins.
First on-court visit and talk to by Coach Lynch tonight. Of course, he was fired up last night. He's going to keep up his intensity level no matter what the game this year.
Bulldogs control. Ringo has it at midcourt. They get it inside to Jordash Mavunga, who's checked into the game, and him and Dalton Vachon, who just checked in after the timeout. They tie each other up. They're on the same team, so that's a travel.
Yeah, I think Dalton had that ball in his hand. Jordash being aggressive. He wanted to get that rebound and put it back in, too.
Ringo goes for the steal. Can't get it in the backcourt, so Miller and Trevor wait. Wait will control top of the key. Hands it off to Miller. Connor Miller with the ball, looking. Trying to back down Ringo. Gets the ball inside to Musial. Musial to jump shot from about 10, and it rattles in.
Austin Musial, his first two of the night. Pulls Tri-West now to within 5 points, 12-7. Brownsburg leads, just 24 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Ringo will control it top of the key. Gives it off to Trevor Lucas. Lucas fakes a three. Back into Mavunga at the elbow. Mavunga back to Lucas. Lucas for a three on the way, and he hit it.
Trevor, after missing his first two shots, now is connected on two straight three-pointers. 15-7 Brownsburg.
Tri-West the other way. They missed a shot, and Brownsburg will not get a shot off in transition. Oh, and Trevor Lucas hit it from three-quarters court after the buzzer. So at the end of the first quarter, the Bulldogs will lead it 15-7. A lot of good perimeter shooting there. Nice offensive flow for the Bulldogs throughout. Tri-West they're going to have to come up with a way to fix that. The Bulldogs, that's probably the hottest I've seen them shoot from the perimeter this year, especially early in a game, Chris.
Yeah, good start.
So at the end of the first quarter, the Bulldogs lead it 15-7. You're listening to Indiana High School Basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com and XRBRadio.com.
Wiley Palooza is excited about serving the community of Brownsburg in 2004 with their delicious hand-dipped award-winning premium ice cream. You can pick one of their premium ice cream flavors like Kitty Kitty Bang Bang, Yippee Skippy, or Fat Elvis, or a traditional flavor like Butter Pecan, Vanilla Bean, or Cookie Dough, or any of the 20 flavors with amazing toppings. You can visit their Facebook page at Wiley Palooza Ice Cream Emporium, Brownsburg. Wiley Palooza in the Brownsburg Shopping Plaza on Highway 36.
You know, Chris, I always say to myself, I've said to you on the air, I've said to myself in my own mind, I'm going there after every game, but I think they close at 9, so right. I can't quite make it there.
You know, in this summer, they're going to do a big business. You know, that's a prime destination in the summer months with all their tremendous offerings there and desserts.
Well, 15-7, we're getting ready to start the second quarter. That Carmel-Zionsville game, 4:48 left to go in the first. Carmel leads Zionsville 9-0.
Wow.
Ben Davis and Avon. Avon leads that game 13-12 at the end of the first.
I'll tell you what, as hot as Zionsville has been, if number one Carmel goes in and wins that game there, they're going to be far and away the number one seed going into the tournament here.
Tri-West controls out of the
turnover.
Throw in, and they throw it away. Tried to get the ball into Ragsdale there. He tried to get it back to Trevor Waite for a perimeter shot, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Tri-West's fourth turnover so far in this contest tonight. Brownsburg defense up to the task so far.
Ohio State defeats Purdue 67-49, so the Buckeyes right their ship a bit in the Big Ten. The Bulldogs bring it across. Tyler Houston's in the game, as is Dalton Vachon, Jordash Mavunga, and Ringo and Walton. Ringo with the ball right back to Houston. KJ Walton outside the arc. He controls top of the key. They get it into Vachon. The Bulldogs tossing it around fast enough I can barely keep up with it. A lot of good ball movement there. Ringo slows it up, takes it back out to the Bulldog head at center court. Him and KJ Walton and Houston will move it around the perimeter.
Yeah, they are parking three men outside that perimeter three-point line and working it around the perimeter good, trying to develop an opening in the Tri-West defense.
And on our cue, the Bruins have switched to a 2-3.
There you go.
So KJ Walton and Ringo. Again, Ringo's going to drive now off to Walton. He's got a three-point jumper from the near side. He hit it. In the corner, right in front of us, KJ Walton with the three. And the Bulldogs are killing it from outside the arc. I think they're shooting 90%.
Yeah, KJ showed good fundamentals there. He made sure his feet were set before he went up and took that shot. A good three-point field goal by KJ Walton has Brownsburg on top, 18-7.
6:26 left to go, and you wonder how long before the Bruins, they stick with that 2-3, but maybe they push it out a little bit, trying to defend outside the arc. Tri-West controlling at the other end. Trevor waits with a 15-footer from the free throw line. Nice ball fake, and he hit the jump shot.
Trevor Waite with 4 points, and that'll cause a Brownsburg timeout.
Steve Lynch did not like what he saw there. He pulls Tyler Houston aside. Talking defensive strategy, I am sure. At the 6:10 mark, the Bulldogs lead at 18-9.
Running a little short on cash or got some collectible items around the house you don't need or want? Take them to Hendricks County Estate Buyers in Brownsburg. They buy gold, silver, coins, tools, electronics, and antiques. They specialize in one-piece or entire collections. If you have an estate or household liquidation, call them first. Ask for Justin at 317-286-3652 7 days a week. They're on the corner of Main and Odell in Brownsburg. Hendricks County Estate Buyers.
18-9, 6:10 left to go in the second quarter. Out of the timeout, Coach Lynch calls that timeout. Didn't like some of the things he saw defensively by the Bulldogs.
Well, one of our keys to the game here was Brownsburg's intensity level in the second game of this back-to-back. No problem so far. Tri-West going to press a little bit here, Troy.
Bruins in the full court press, trying to trap, and the Bulldogs break it. The pass goes ahead from Tyler Houston to Sam Comer for the layup, 20-9, Brownsburg.
That's a way to break a press, Brownsburg.
Tri-West controls on the other end. Trevor Waite with the ball. He gets it inside to Musial. Musial's going to drive, and they're going to call the foul on KJ Walton on the floor.
I don't know if KJ committed any fouls last night, but he fouled there on the floor, and Tri-West will inbounds underneath their own basket. KJ's first, just Brownsburg's second foul.
Musial controls out top. Gets it inside. Ragsdale now. Ragsdale going to try a 15-footer. Missed it. Musial goes up for the rebound. Can't get it. KJ Walton controls. Gives it off to Ringo across midcourt. Tried to get it into Comer, who is freed up going towards the baseline, and Ragsdale knocks it away, and here come the Bruins the other way.
Good pressure defense.
Nice trapping defense by the Bulldogs at center court, and they have Bruins throw it away.
5 turnovers now for Tri-West against just 2 turnovers for Brownsburg. See if Brownsburg can run a good set here. They got a good lead, 20-9, and Coach Lynch will call a play. He wants a set, and it's on that far side for KJ to go into the corner. Ringo now looking. He's got Houston on this side outside the three-point line. They're looking for KJ to run off a screen or something here.
Kyle Thompson looking for a top of the key. Coming off the block a little bit there. Houston and Ringo toss it around. Ringo has it top of the key. Tyler Houston outside the arc near side. Thompson now has it on the baseline. Cross-court pass to Ringo. Ringo's going to drive. KJ Walton now controls.
Brownsburg showing good patience on offense tonight so far.
20-9, 4:35 left to go here in the second quarter. Thompson, cross-court pass to Ringo. Was going to move it over to... Here's a three on the way, off the front of the rim. Thompson tried to grab the rebound. It's knocked away, and here come the Bruins the other way with Connor Miller. Connor Miller, Trevor Waite. Waite going to drive in the paint now, looking for a jump shot. Nice ball fake, gives it back off to Miller. Miller and Waite outside the arc. 4 minutes left, second quarter. And Waite driving in, and he hits the turnaround jump shot.
He looks like a good player. He uses the ball fake and the shot fake very well to fool his defender. And they run good sets. They have good spacing on the floor. Tri-West well coached here.
Trevor Waite, a 6'2 junior. Playing the guard position.
Offensive foul. I didn't catch who it was on, Troy.
I think it's on KJ Walton.
No, I think it's on Big Sam. Sam Comer.
Oh, it's on Comer. That is on Comer. That's the third team foul against the Bulldogs. The Bruins have 1. Comer's first foul.
Number 2, Matt Wilson, makes his first appearance for Tri-West. Along with number 33, Bailey. I'm going to let you do it. The V name.
Bailey Vervink.
Vervink, there we go.
Bailey Vervink checks into the game for the Bruins. I'd like to thank our producer, Rob Kendall, for getting us the correct pronunciation from the Tri-West bench before the game. Vervink has it underneath, gets the ball out to Musial. Musial for three, and it rattled. That ball went halfway down and came out, and the rebound goes to Comer. Houston bringing it down court, cross court pass to Ringo, brings it across the center line. And now Trevor Lucas from the corner for three, and he is on fire, Chris.
Trevor with 3 straight threes. He's made all three of his last 3 attempts. He has 9 points now. Bulldogs lead 23-11.
That perimeter defense has not been aggressive at all for Tri-West. 3:10 mark, 23-11. The Bulldogs lead it.
A new Ivy Tech Community College campus has opened in Crawfordsville. The campus is easily accessible off I-74 at the Crawfordsville exit. Registration for summer, spring classes is ongoing. The new campus has science labs, computer labs, and a complete associate degree in business. You can meet with admissions and financial aid advisors, take an assessment, and register for classes on site. Ivy Tech is located at 2325 Phil Ward Boulevard inside the Crawfordsville Commerce Park. Go to ivytech.edu or call 888-IVY-LINE for more information. Ivy Tech is changing lives.
3:10 left to go in the first half. Second quarter here, Varsity Fieldhouse on the campus of Brownsburg High School, Brownsburg, Indiana High School basketball. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. However you have chosen to join us, whether it's over the air on XRB Radio, xrbradio.com, or audiosportsonline.com, where you can join us via the web.
Boy, Trevor Lucas, between last night and tonight, he is really hot. Came in really before last night's game, shooting just 29% from three-point range. I'm sure he upped that into the 30s, and last night upped that into the 30s and continued that tonight with 3 3-pointers.
Into the first quarter, Zionsville having trouble with Carmel's defense. They trailed Carmel 15-5.
Wow.
McCutcheon leads Benton Central 36-12, and Lawrence North leads Hamilton Southeastern 14-10 at the end of one.
You know, I saw ex-Pacer Rick Smits, of course. He lives in Zionsville. His son plays on the team, and a nephew, and he put out a few tweets about that game today. He was excited.
Trevor Waite trying to drive inside. Checking into the game is number 2, Matt Wilson. He's a 5'2 guard for the Bruins. Waite will control it outside the arc, slowing it back up a little bit. Also checked into the game is Bailey Vervink, as we said earlier. Vervink inside, he's wide open, and they missed him.
Trevor Waite tried to get him the ball, and the pass is a little too hot for Mr. Vervink. Tri-West now with 6 turnovers here in the first half. Brownsburg's defense doing a good job.
Vervink was all by himself under the basket. And the Bulldogs come the other way. KJ Walton brings it down.
Tri-West back in a man-to-man
Cross
defense.
court pass to Thompson, back to Trevor Lucas. Lucas is going to drive, now give it back to Jordash Mavunga, who drives baseline. Nice spin move.
Wow.
A little bit of contact there.
Boy, Jordash with a great drive, and I hope that's not an injury to Trevor Waite. Too bad. Looks like he hurt his arm or wrist. He's looking at it. Nobody on the Tri-West staff going out on the floor to check on him.
The basket falls 25-11 Brownsburg. 2:09 left to go in the second quarter.
I'm sorry, Troy. I don't know if any of the local newscasts are here like for their 11 o'clock sports, but that move would be on the highlight film from Jordash Mavunga.
The training staff is tending to, as there's a travel by Matt Wilson, the point guard for the Bruins on the other end, another turnover for Tri-West. The training/coaching staff is tending to, I think it's Ragsdale, Jeriante Ragsdale. Right. I think he's got a bleed on his leg or some sort like that. He came out of the game. Bulldogs come the other way.
With this 25-11 lead. Steal, Tri-West.
Ton of contact there. No foul called, and the Bruins try on the fast break. And chasing it down is Mavunga. Now the ball's on the floor. Scramble. Mavunga comes up with it. They're going to call foul on Tri-West.
It's a wild scramble on the floor, and we have a timeout.
And a timeout now called by the Bulldogs. So they did not call the foul. They called the timeout. So Mavunga got the ball down on the baseline, on the floor, and called the timeout. So 1:39 left to go in the second quarter here in the first half. The Bulldogs lead Tri-West 25-11.
I think this is just going to be a 30-second timeout here. Troy, sure is.
It is, you're right. We will not go to we won't pay any bills in the 30-second timeout.
Impressed with the way Brownsburg's showing good patience. They're playing smart here tonight. We want to get this mission accomplished, back-to-back home wins here on this weekend.
Well, there's something in the air tonight. Carmel leads Zionsville 21-7, 6:39 left to go in the second quarter, and the Hounds' Ryan Klein is 6 for 6 from three-point range for Carmel. So him and Trevor Lucas are in a bit of a shootout tonight. I think Lucas has 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3.
And the Bulldogs shooting the ball very well from the perimeter tonight as well.
There's a good drive.
Nice drive in there by KJ Walton. He gets the ball blocked by Vervink. Musial bringing the ball down the other way. Gets the ball knocked away. And here come the Bulldogs on the break. Ringo with it. Gives it off to Trevor Lucas. The layup. He's fouled and then count it. The three-point play.
Boy, unselfish play by Ringo, though. He could have gone to the hoop. Got it to his buddy Trevor for the layup. The hoop and the harm, and Trevor will go to the line.
1:10 left to go in the second quarter. 27-11 Brownsburg.
Coach Lynn's going to talk to Darian there. I'm not sure. He had a clear opening. He had to take that to the hoop, but we'll see what happens here. Trevor.
Lucas completes the three-point play. 28-11, 1:10 left to go in the second quarter.
12 points now for Trevor Lucas. That's half his total almost from last night. Here in the first half tonight.
Connor Miller checks back into the game. Checking out of the game is Matt Wilson. So Connor Miller and Trevor Waite, the guards for the Bruins.
Only been 5 total fouls here in the first half.
Try to get the ball into Waite, try to get the ball into Musial. Lucas knocks it away. It'll stay with Tri-West.
Trevor always hustling, working on both ends of the floor on the offensive end to get an open shot. Cutting around screens and picks. Defense trying to make a steal right there.
Tri-West gets it in. Trevor Waite into Musial. Back off to Waite. Waite's going to try and hand it off to Miller, and he does. Connor Miller driving the point guard inside. The finger roll misses. The rebound to Mavunga. Jordash Mavunga with the board. Gets it ahead to Trevor Lucas to Kyle Thompson, who can't handle the pass. A little bit high there. Thompson couldn't get it. He was wide open under the basket.
Just Brownsburg's third turnover of the first half. There's only 38.3 seconds. Where did this time go, Troy?
I don't know. It's been a fast first half, that's for sure.
A few fouls, like we said.
Under 30 now, 28-11. Bulldogs lead Tri-West. Musial driving, off-balance shot, very awkward inside, misses, and the rebound goes to Kyle Thompson. Pushes it ahead to Ringo. Ringo's going to go in, slaps it around. Lucas controls it, keeps it off the baseline. They go to Ringo in the corner. He goes baseline, cross-court to Trevor Lucas, throws it out of bounds into the crowd.
Ringo tried too fancy a pass there. He tried to no-look that ball over to Trevor and threw it high and wide of Trevor's reach. Turnover, Brownsburg. There's 13.7 seconds left here in this first half. Brownsburg leads 28-11.
Inbounding the ball and bringing it down for the Bruins is Trevor Waite. Waite's going to drive. He's fouled, and the basket counts. They're going to call the slap on Jordash Mavunga. So Trevor Waite will go to the line, trying to complete the three-point play at the 6.4 second mark here in the second quarter.
I'm impressed with that young man. Trevor Waite, as you said earlier, just a junior. We're all going to have to deal with him another year, but he now has 8 points. He can go to the basket and shoot the outside shot, and he's a good athlete.
Waite hits the free throw. 28-14, under 5 seconds now. The Bulldogs playing for that last shot. Lucas is going to drive a jump shot just inside the arc, misses short. So Lucas can't hit the shot at the end of the buzzer, but he's had a great shooting night for the Bulldogs, as most of the team has, especially from the perimeter. And so at halftime, from Varsity Fieldhouse in Brownsburg, the Bulldogs lead the Tri-West Bruins 28-14. We've seen a really nice offensive expedition by Brownsburg here in the first half. Very similar to kind of what we saw last night against Westfield. Played very well defensively as well. Kind of their hallmark defensively.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Good first half execution here. They've got Tri-West doubled up. Trevor Lucas led the way there in the first half with 12 points. KJ Walton with 5. Tyler Houston had a 3 there in the first quarter. Kyle Thompson, a definite factor there with 4 points. Did you know Nelson Jewelers in Brownsburg has been serving Hendricks County and the west side of Indianapolis with an extensive selection of finer diamonds and gemstones since 1958? Nelson Jewelers is a family-owned jewelry store specializing in unique jewelry repair, appraisals, and watch repair. Nelson Jewelers is conveniently located in downtown Brownsburg across from the Hendricks County Bank. Visit Nelson Jewelers for all of your jewelry needs at 22 East Main Street and online at nelsonjewelers.com. A little out of the way, very much out of the ordinary. Also, Panuni's. Panuni's Pizza and Wings in Brownsburg has something for everybody. Pizza with more toppings than you can count, including specialty pizzas. 5 different kinds of calzones, breadsticks, and cheese bread with 2 kinds of dipping sauce. All made in-house with Panuni's own hand-tossed dough. And don't forget, Panuni's Jumbo Wings with 12 kinds of sauce. Mention the XRB special and get 10% off of your order. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday open until 11 p.m. Dine in, carry out, or free delivery. Call 286-3500 Panuni's Pizza and Wings, 286-3500, and they are at 1447 East Main in Brownsburg.
Bring you up to date on a couple of scores. McCutcheon leads Benton Central at the half, 41-23, and that Ben Davis-Avon contest is 25-24 Giants over the Orioles at halftime. So Avon really hanging tough with Ben Davis there. Noblesville leads Mount Vernon 29-23 at the half as well. We'll try and get an update here as soon as we can on that Carmel-Zionsville score. Carmel was shooting the lights out of the place to start off with. Early on, Ryan Klein for the Greyhounds was 6 for 6 from beyond the arc, giving him a...
Yeah. You know, you look at that Carmel team, and of course we saw him here first, Troy. And Kyle Niedenramp, the fine high school basketball writer for the Star, he had a good article about them today, how much they favor teamwork. You look at their squad, they don't have any 6'8 guys, athletic. They don't have anybody that scores 20, 30 points a game. But they do it together. They all can shoot perimeter threes, good around the basket. That's an amazing team, Carmel. And if they can go in there to that tough Zionsville hot squad and get a win tonight, that would be most impressive.
Well, it's one of those things that we've talked about before here at Brownsburg, and Carmel has built that tradition of just having success up there and being competitive. Nobody's going to pull down a state championship every year. Of course, Carmel, the defending state champions in 4A basketball in the state.
Two-time. They've won
two-time defending, exactly. But just a tradition of being competitive. McRoberts, the younger McRoberts brother is there now playing, and like you said, the Bulldogs really hung with them for about three full quarters, and even the beginning of the fourth, couldn't hang on for the victory in that opener this year.
What is a good neighbor? It's someone nearby who helps make your life a little easier. It's State Farm agent Pete Fay. He takes the time to understand your insurance and financial needs. So whether you're preparing for your child's college education or planning for your retirement, get the kind of help you'd expect from a good neighbor. Visit State Farm agent Pete Fay at 431 East Northfield, Suite 100 in Brownsburg. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Westside Plumbing. When plumbing problems arise, do you want a plumbing company with an impressive truck or fancy jingles? Of course not. You want your problem solved quickly and at an affordable price. At Westside Plumbing, we understand you want a plumber who is honest, respectful, and knows how to fix the problem. Westside Plumbing provides fast, professional plumbing service 7 days a week. When you invite Westside Plumbing into your home, be assured they will be knowledgeable, timely, and will give your home the respect it deserves. Honesty, integrity, and respect. That's what you get when you call Westside Plumbing at 445-8399. That's 445-8399. Westside Plumbing, serving Brownsburg and all of Hendricks County.
28-14 here at halftime. The Bulldogs lead Tri-West. Brownsburg, as we said, with an exceptional night shooting from beyond the arc. Trevor Lucas leading the team. I'm certain. Did you say he is leading the team in scoring here in the first half, Chris?
12 points, that's right. And Brownsburg's defense, I looked at their defensive scoring average today. A record of 13-2. They played 15 games. Their defensive average right now is 44.4 points let up a game.
Well, only giving up 14 in the first half here to Tri-West. That's
incredible.
That's definitely an accomplishment.
And I think Westfield only had 10 last night at the first half in that game. Tri-West out of the Sagamore Conference, just to look at that conference for a minute, Danville having an outstanding season. They lead that conference. They're 5-1 in the conference, 14-3 overall, and they've won 3 straight. We saw Danville have a good performance in the county championship. They played Brownsburg for the title. Tri-West 3-1 in the conference, 9-4 overall, and then Crawfordsville 9-6. They've rebounded with 3 straight wins. Lebanon 8-6, Frankfort 8-6, Webo 7-8, North Montgomery and Southmont bring up the rear though. The only other conference games for the Sagamore tonight are Clinton Central at Frankfort, Kokomo at Lebanon, Tri-West at Brownsburg. You mentioned the gym that I enjoyed visiting earlier this year was the Frankfurt Hot Dogs. That's a classic old gym, and I know you've said that too.
Very classic gym. It ranks up there. One of my favorite gym to visit is Newcastle's Chrysler Fieldhouse there.
Yeah.
Newcastle Fieldhouse, Newcastle Chrysler High School. My brother actually played basketball there for his high school career, basketball and baseball both. Just a fantastic facility. You ever been down to Washington?
No.
Home of the Hatchets.
The Hatchet, right. No,
Yeah.
I'd like to, yeah.
I've been in the Hatchet House once, and if it's packed, first of all, it doesn't have any air conditioning, so keep that in mind. But it is just a great facility, and it's one of the things that even just sitting here and this doing this game and having the opportunity to somebody who really appreciates what Indiana high school basketball is about, and appreciates being broadcasting and sports and talking about sports and presenting sports and events to other people. This is just I'm just really blessed and a great opportunity for myself, and I know you feel the same way, Chris, to be associated with an IHSA school like Brownsburg in baseball, football, and basketball.
Sure, Troy. We want to thank you. This may be your final home broadcast of the year, but you've done a great job as always. So thanks for doing this for us, Troy, and Audio Sports Online. Some of the Brownsburg players making their way back onto the field back onto the basketball court for this second half.
That Carmel Zionsville score, the Hounds lead Zionsville Eagles 26-13 at the half. So their score is not far off from ours here. Plainfield and Northview are tied 32 apiece, 2:30 left to go in the third quarter there.
Nothing makes you think of the future like holding it in your arms. The wonder of being a new parent includes planning for your child's future. And now's the time to start looking to someone who's been there from the start. State Farm agent Pete Fay in Brownsburg can ensure your life insurance will keep pace with your family's growing financial needs. So for more information on life insurance, visit State Farm agent Pete Fay at 431 East Northfield, Suite 100 in Brownsburg. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We also want to thank our friends at Brownsburg McDonald's, 2 convenient locations in Brownsburg, one just off 267 and 74, the other off Main Street next to Marsh. Don't forget, McDonald's is the host of the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show. Your chance to get the latest updates on Avon and Brownsburg basketball with interviews of players and coaches. The show airs every Friday night at 6 p.m. on xrbradio.com and is available via podcast at audiosportsonline.com. Thank you, McDonald's, for your support of Brownsburg basketball.
Well, Chris, we got out of here just in time last night at the Westfield and Brownsburg game. A big win for the Bulldogs last night in time to get home and see the end of regulation from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The Pacers with an impressive victory last night over a really, really good basketball team out of Portland. And I think that Portland team could really make a lot of noise in the Western Conference when it comes to playoff time, and could be a dangerous team down the road.
Yeah, and that was a tough, hard-fought game. That was the George Hill Show, Broad Ripple High School. There's a guy who played high school ball. There's a lot of Indiana high school players around the NBA right now. But, yes, that was an impressive win. And tomorrow night you said they are at Orlando?
They will be at the Magic tomorrow night. That game tips at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
Orlando, I think last night beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. They had a big win.
They beat Oklahoma City by 2, I think, and they might have gone to overtime. I'm not sure. Victor Oladipo is having a fantastic rookie year as rookies go for the Orlando Magic. And, of course, we are missing him in Bloomington at this juncture of the season.
What do you think is going to happen to IU at Minnesota tonight?
That's a tough game, and we were talking. Chris and I were talking earlier, and I think it's worth a good sports discussion as we about 2.5 minutes away from the beginning of the third quarter here. The Bulldogs lead at 28-14 at the half. That the coaching across the Big Ten is just fantastic right now, and we have Richard Pitino, the son of legendary and Hall of Fame coach Rick Pitino, is at Minnesota. You've got Chris Collins, the Duke and Mike Krzyzewski prodigy, now at Northwestern. And it would be great to see the Wildcats maybe make a run and get in the tournament either this year or next. He's going to have some success there. You got Gross at Illinois, Thad Matta, of course, and Tom Izzo are staples. Tom Izzo, the dean of coaches in the Big Ten, without question.
Yeah.
And depending on what night it is, I'm a Tom Crean fan, but most of the time I am. I'm just critical. No, I do. I like Coach Crean. Just so much intensity on the sidelines. These guys really coach their rear ends off.
Yeah, they do
on a nightly basis. And I got to tell you, all of these guys can recruit, and that's just going to make the conference better. It's going to make it more competitive. And Indiana and Purdue both have really got to concentrate on keeping these Indiana kids home in the state, wherever they might go.
That's right. And Tom Crean is, he's working on that. That's, I know some Hoosier fans are critical of him, but he's a master recruiter, and we've seen him here in this gym. We believe he was taking a look at junior KJ Walton for Brownsburg, so he gets out and does that. But great coaches in the Big Ten.
On the recruiting websites, you'll see Walton has not received an offer, but he does have some interest from Indiana. And
I'm glad you said something about that too, Troy. I'm glad people are coming to watch KJ Walton. Of course, we want him to get a D1 signing somewhere, but they're also seeing this fine point guard for Brownsburg, Darian Ringo, who I'm very excited about. I think he would have a good potential, maybe not in a star or a starting role, but he may do that like at a secondary school, Miami of Ohio, Ohio University, a MAC school. I'm thinking something like that. I think he could be a great point guard at that level. At the bigger schools, maybe okay. Now, he's a Kentucky fan. I know he loves Kentucky, so that may, I don't know if that's within his reach or not, but colleges and good programs need to be taking a look at the fine point guard, junior Darian Ringo from Brownsburg.
Lawrence North leads Hamilton Southeastern 23-16, so the Wildcats of Lawrence North are not going easy after getting beat by Carmel last night in the back-to-backs of facing the number 1 and number 2 teams in the state.
Hey, Troy, let me just give you some scoring here at halftime. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Tri-West only has 3 players that have hit the board here. Trevor White leads them with 9, Austin Musial with 2, and the Gadberry kid just has 3. So they have been very limited in their scoring. Trevor Lucas with 12, Mavunga with 2 points, Tyler Houston 3, KJ Walton with 5 points only in that first half, Sam Comer with 2, and Kyle Thompson a big 4 points.
Well, the third quarter is underway. Then Brownsburg inbounds the ball. Controlling it up top is Trevor Lucas. Ringo has it on the far side, back to Lucas, top of the key. He fakes the drive, gives it back over to Ringo outside the arc on the far side. Ringo going to drive. Nice move inside, and Ringo might have had a drive to the basket. That ball was tipped. It got out of bounds, and it'll belong to Tri-West.
Brownsburg still exhibiting patient offense. I've been impressed with that tonight here. They want to complete this second half of this doubleheader with a win, like we said, but not over anxious here. Moving the ball well on offense, just a turnover on that possession.
Trevor Waite bringing the ball down for the Bruins, and Ringo ties him up, and the ball goes off of Trevor Waite's foot and belongs to the Bulldogs.
Brownsburg got that turnover right back.
Lucas will inbound. Tri-West is going to press off the turnover. Ringo has it. He is guarded by Connor Miller. Miller backing off. Ringo brings it across midcourt. Gives it to KJ Walton on the near side outside the arc. Tyler Houston. Kyle Thompson outside the arc handles. Back to Ringo. Ringo setting up the play. Goes to KJ Walton. Walton drives in, and he gets the ball swatted away.
Boy, and Tri-West coaches wanted to travel on Walton out there at the top of the key, but another turnover for Brownsburg here in the second half.
Ragsdale with the block. Going to the court pretty hard there was Trevor Waite.
Yeah, that was a block shot. You're right. That wasn't a turnover.
So Ragsdale slaps it out of bounds. Coming the other way is Trevor Waite. Waite's going to drive, gives it back to Ragsdale. Ragsdale, the 10-footer goes.
And you mentioned some training on him. They were working on him just before this half tipped off at the Tri-West bench, but it appears to be okay. Looked like something more with his knee.
I don't know if he had a cut or something like that. The trainer was wearing gloves and had a 4x4 bandage out.
Good eyes there. That's why you can call balls and strikes so successfully in baseball, Troy.
Houston gets the ball into Ringo. Ringo brings it across midcourt. Back to Houston on the far side. Lucas. Cross-court pass back to Ringo. They're going to play catch outside the arc.
Come on, Trevor.
Trevor Lucas, a 3 on the way from the far corner, and he hit it.
He got him.
Trevor Lucas is dialed in tonight.
15 points now for Trevor Lucas.
12 of those have come from beyond the arc.
Yes.
The other one by virtue of the old-fashioned three-point plays. He drove to the basket, was fouled, and finished it at the free throw line. 6:16 left to go. Third quarter, 31-16, a commanding lead of 15 points for the Bulldogs. Waite tries to drive it in, gives it to Musial. Musial off balance, tries to throw up a jumper, misses it. Ball is rebounded, and it goes to Kyle Thompson. He gets it off to Trevor Lucas. The Bulldogs control the other way. Ringo has it now. Outside the arc, looking to drive. Lucas is going to shoot another 3, and he hit another one.
Holy cow.
Trevor Lucas, another 3. He's got 18 on the night.
Well, Trevor's a senior. I guess people ought to be taking a look at him. He told me that he's got a couple D3 schools interested in him. But boy, the way he can shoot, he could help anybody.
Waite controlling top of the key, gets the ball off to Ragsdale. Ragsdale controls for Tri-West. Coming off the block outside is Vervink. Vervink back to Connor Miller. Miller looking for Waite. He's got him in the corner. Waite's going to drive. And he finger rolls it off the rim. It rolls off the front of the rim. The rebound goes to Trevor Lucas. Lucas off to Ringo. Ringo back to Tyler Houston. And Lucas is going to take another three. Bounces it off the back of the rim. Nice rebound in there by Waite. That's got to be a foul against Kyle Thompson, and it will. Kyle Thompson and Waite went for the rebound at the same time. Waite got his hands on it, and in midair, Thompson collided with him. Nice hustle there by Kyle Thompson and Trevor Waite. Foul goes against Thompson. That's his first. That's the first team foul of the half for the Bulldogs. Waite gets triple teamed at the marker. Gets the ball off to Musial. Musial inside to Ragsdale. He's double teamed. Gets it to Connor Miller. Miller, the turnaround jump shot is short. Nice tip up by Musial. Won't go, and the rebound goes to Tyler Houston. Houston off to Ringo. He's got Kyle Thompson running, and he walked. Thompson couldn't get his foot down fast enough. He stuttered his feet a little bit there on the fast break. 34-16, 4:49 left to go in the third quarter.
Boy, Tri-West, you mentioned it earlier, just not shooting a good percentage. Now, Brownsburg defense has something to do with that. Trevor Lucas contended that last shot in the lane from Tri-West, but they need to get things going offensively here and make some buckets.
4:35 left to go. 34-16 Brownsburg. Inside to Connor Miller. Miller off to Ragsdale. Ragsdale with a shot from about 15. He misses, and the rebound goes to Ringo. Ringo guarded tightly by Connor Miller. Gets it across. They're going to call the bump foul on Miller, number 4. That's his first.
Kyle Thompson will inbound the ball on the far side. Tri-West crowd did not like that.
Connor Miller shows at 5'10". You buying that, Chris?
No, not exactly.
He is really active and a lot of hustle out there on the court.
Yeah.
It's a good basketball player. Waite is double teamed. Tyler Houston slaps it away. He got him on the arm.
Boy, nobody in foul trouble at all here. Brownsburg, Houston got that foul.
I think
Houston going to Butler on a baseball scholarship next year.
I think Trevor Waite is campaigning for the shooting foul. He will not get it. He will inbounds underneath their own basket. Gets it off to Vervink. Vervink to Musial. Musial back to Miller. Miller gets it off to Musial on the far side. Jump shot over Trevor Lucas. It's too far. Rebound goes to Tyler Houston. Gives it off to Ringo, and Ringo will slow it down for the Bulldogs.
You know, I like Tri-West offensive sets. They run good plays. Just Brownsburg's in their face every time they shoot.
And they're not hitting, like you said, they're not hitting shots. KJ Walton controls top of the key. The pick is set. 3 on the way. Off the front of the rim. Missed it. The rebound goes to Tyler Houston. Trevor Lucas gets the ball inside to Thompson. It gets knocked away by Musial. It goes off Musial's hand. The Bulldogs will retain possession.
Jordash Mavunga will check in. Well, if Brownsburg can hold this lead, we may see that whole drama about Mr. Andrew Hubley coming in, who is 3 out of 3 from three-point range this season. See if he can get 4 out of 4 later on.
Mavunga gets the ball off the inbounds. Now controlled by Darian Ringo, and the Bulldogs will slow it up. 3:30 left to go third quarter. They lead at 34-16. Cross-court pass to Houston. Misses the 3.
Good pass by Ringo. Found the open man. Houston could not convert.
Here come the Bruins.
Oh, Ringo got a block shot.
Ringo blocks the shot. The ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it went off of... I'm not sure who they said it went off of.
Boy, Connor Miller. We're going to say the 5'8" guard. Cut to the hoop there, and Ringo got way up and skied that ball away in a block shot.
So Ringo with the block out of bounds, but it was last touched by somebody from Tri-West. The ball goes back to the Bulldogs. Ringo will bring it down slowly for Brownsburg.
34-16, Bulldogs with a big lead here in the third quarter.
Going for the steal is Musial. KJ Walton controls. Mavunga's going to drive now. Nice spin move in the paint. His shot is blocked by Vervink. The ball's loose on the floor. Vervink controls it for Tri-West. Trevor Waite driving, wide open lane, gets bumped inside and can't finish the layup. Lucas ahead to KJ Walton, who saves it. The long pass out of bounds. He's fouled and counts the basket.
Trevor Waite 0 for 2 here in the second half. Got that ball ahead to KJ on a break, and he was contested. Got it up and in, though. For the harm and the foul, he'll go to the free throw line.
36-16, a 20-point lead for Brownsburg. 2:46 left to go in the third quarter. And the free throw by Walton is good, 37-16.
The foul was on Austin Musial.
Musial brings it down across midcourt for the Bruins. He's going to drive. 10-foot jump shot. Misses badly off the backboard. The rebound goes to Ringo.
Tri-West just cannot hit anything here tonight. Ringo on the drive.
Ringo's going to drive. Gets it slapped away by Vervink. The ball goes out of bounds off of Ringo's foot. It'll go to Tri-West.
Vervink will check in. Dalton Vachon checked in, too, for center. Brownsburg. Like to see if we can get Dalton Vachon a bucket here tonight.
That last block was not by Vervink. He just checked in. That was actually Brant Gadberry.
Okay.
I apologize. Number 31. Three on the way for Tri-West. Misses. Trevor Waite with the shot. Can't get it to fall. Musial commits a foul on the rebound. Brownsburg was in transition. KJ Walton is fouled by Musial. That's the third team foul against the Bruins.
Yeah, Musial's second foul. Brownsburg will inbounds here on the near side. Dalton Vachon to inbounds the ball as Trevor Lucas checks out. Here's one of the subs. Kyle Hathaway, number 21, will check in for Brownsburg.
Saw Hathaway a little bit last night. Yeah. Plainfield leads Northview 50-39. 3:46 left to go in the fourth quarter there.
Plainfield needs a win.
Hathaway controls outside the arc on the far side. Gets it back to Dalton Vachon.
Ringo
with a three on the way, and he hit it. 40-16, all Bulldogs here tonight. They lead the Tri-West Bruins.
You know, Ringo's been passing all night. That's actually his first score of the night. A three-point field goal wide open on it, though. And there's our man, Mr. Wade, driving for Tri-West, and he was fouled by Jordash Mavunga.
Trevor Lucas back to the scorer's bench. Coach Lynch calling over Darian Ringo for a little conversation. The first free throw is up and good by Waite. That Avon Ben Davis game keeps getting more interesting. The Orioles lead Ben Davis 41-33 at the end of the third quarter. .145 left to go. 40-17. The second free throw was good. 40-18. The Bulldogs lead.
Good pass. Vachon gets it ahead to Hathaway.
Hathaway controls it outside the arc. Gets the ball back to Trevor Lucas. It is stolen by the Bruins, and in transition coming the other way is Musial. He misses the layup. There's a lid on the basket tonight for the Bruins for sure. Yeah. Brownsburg going the other way, and Lucas kicks it out of bounds, or it went off Dalton Vachon, one of the two. At any case, it's the Bruins' ball out of bounds in front of the Brownsburg bench.
Austin Musial just having a terrible night. He's missed 4 straight, 5 straight, 6 straight, 7 straight shots.
1:20 left to go in the third quarter. 40-18 Brownsburg.
There he is.
Musial with the layup inside. He got loose, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for the three-point play.
There you go. Musial got that one laid up, and he did get fouled. I think the foul on... Yeah, Kyle Hathaway picks up the foul for Brownsburg.
Number 25, Austin Musial to the line. First free throw misses. Nice rebound. Got way up in the air. KJ Walton. Walton brings it down, guarded by Musial. Gets it across midcourt. Darian Ringo going to the scorer's bench. He'll check back in at the next dead ball. Mavunga with the ball now, top of the key. Gives it off to Trevor Lucas at the same spot. Lucas driving to his left. Gets the ball knocked away. Driving up for the basket and knocked to the floor is Trevor Waite. Way to come up with the steal. Got knocked to the floor, and he's real slow getting up on the baseline. He is up now.
It's a big-time foul there. Trevor Lucas fouled the man going to the hoop.
So the team foul will be on. That's team foul number 5 on the Bulldogs. The foul goes against Trevor Lucas. Trevor Lucas, 1 foul and 18 points tonight. At the 56 seconds left to go in the third quarter, the Bulldogs lead it 40-20.
Wiley Palooza is excited about serving the community of Brownsburg in 2014 with their delicious, hand-dipped, award-winning premium ice cream. You can pick one of their fun premium ice cream flavors like Kitty Kitty Bang Bang, Yippee Skippy, or Fat Elvis, or a traditional flavor like Butter Pecan, Vanilla Bean, or Cookie Dough, or any of the 20 flavors with amazing toppings. You can check out their Facebook page at Wiley Palooza Ice Cream Emporium Brownsburg. Wiley Palooza in the Brownsburg Shopping Plaza on Highway 36. We do want to thank all our sponsors here. Of course, you're listening to Brownsburg Varsity Basketball on audiosportsonline.com. XRB.com radio. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by McDonald's, Hendricks County Estate Buyers, Ivy Tech, Nelson Jewelers, Panuni's, Pete Fay, your State Farm agent, Westside Plumbing, and Wiley Palooza.
Indiana leads Minnesota 9-4, 15:50 left to go in the first. They're just underway.
Wow.
Troy Williams with all 9 points for the Hoosiers to start that game. And I got to tell you, one of the most athletic kids in the Big Ten, number 5, Troy Williams for the Hoosiers. And he's a freshman. He's very, very raw. But if he can get that skill set down there going, he'll be a player to watch for sure in the future.
Trevor Wade at the line. He is 3 out of 3 from the line tonight.
And now
4
he's
out of 4.
4 out of 4. Free throw goes. 56.1 left to go in the third quarter. 19-point lead for the Bulldogs, 40-21. Trevor Wade at the line. Shooting the back half of the two-shot shooting foul, and he sinks it. 40-22 now, an 18-point lead for the Bulldogs.
You know, you'd figured he'd be a good foul shooter, and he is. He leads them with 13 points.
Inbounds pass is knocked away, but Dalton Vachon gets it, and now the Bulldogs are in transition. Trevor Lucas has the ball in the far corner, gets the ball back out to Hathaway. They'll slow it up. Ringo has the ball at center court.
40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Trevor could have fired a 3, but he got it back out, and now he turns it over.
Ball is knocked away off the hands of Ringo. Lucas tried to bounce pass it into him. He was guarded. The ball goes out of bounds. 35.5 left to go. Tyler Houston checking into the game for Hathaway. 40-22. It's an 18-point lead for the Bulldogs. Carmel leads Zionsville 31-19.
I was looking for that.
3 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Wow, the Greyhounds up big at Zionsville.
Trevor Waite trying to get the ball into Musial, and Lucas commits his second foul. That'll be the 16th foul against the Bulldogs.
Trevor always intense on defense. Just committed a foul there, just simply going for the ball. Jordash Mavungal check in now as Tri-West will inbounds the ball underneath their own hoop.
Get the ball out to Waite. Waite trying to get the ball to Musial. He cannot. Now he does. Musial controls outside the arc. Driving hard to the basket is Trevor Waite. Thought he was fouled. He was not. They're going to keep it on. No, it's going to go to the Bulldogs. The ball gets knocked out of bounds. It was off of Waite.
Trevor Waite trying to do everything he can to score the ball for Tri-West, but he's missed his last 6 shots.
The ball was thrown in, and Musial got it in the backcourt. Tried to get it back to one of his players. Brownsburg had it for a second. They turn it over again. The ball goes back to the Bruins. Wade in the corner controls. Looking for Musial. The last shot, he can't get it. The shot does not count. It did not go. The shot attempt does not count. As time expires at the end of the third quarter, the Bulldogs with an 18-point lead. They lead it 40-22. Trevor Lucas continuing his hot shooting streak tonight. Here through the third quarter. And Bulldogs firmly in control here tonight, Chris.
If you're looking for that special jewelry item for that special occasion or just any occasion, then look no further. Nelson Jewelers at 22 East Main in Brownsburg has just what you need. Check out their website at nelsonjewelers.com to sign up for their newsletter and their featured item of the month. Call them today at 317-852-2306. Nelson Jewelers, a little out of the way, very much out of the ordinary. Panuni's Pizza and Wings in Brownsburg has something for everybody, and you don't even have to leave home. Call them at 286-3500 for free delivery to Pittsboro, Claremont, North Avon, and all of Brownsburg. Specialty pizza, calzones, breadsticks, and cheese bread, all made in-house with Panuni's own hand-tossed dough, not to mention Panuni's jumbo wings. Tell them you heard it from XRB and get 10% off your order. Check out their Facebook page for specials. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday, open until 11 p.m., locally owned Panuni's Pizza and Wings on 1447 East Main in Brownsburg.
40-22, an 18-point lead for the Bulldogs as we start the fourth quarter. Tri-West will have possession to start the quarter. Checking into the game is Matt Wilson, the 5'10 freshman guard. He'll run the offense here to start the fourth quarter for the Bruins. Gadsberry trying to control, cannot. He went over and back. So a backcourt violation there. Tried to get the ball to Brant Gadberry. He couldn't control it in the front court.
Tri-West has cut down a little bit on their turnovers this second half after a poor first half as far as turnovers. I think that's either their second or third turnover. Brownsburg will inbounds at midcourt.
Dalton Vachon will inbound it to Ringo. Ringo brings it across midcourt for the Bulldogs. Dribbling to his right and tried to get it to K.J. Walton, who fumbled it out of bounds. The turnover goes to the Bruins.
We may see an explosion from Coach Lynch here before too long, Trevor. He doesn't like these turnovers and a little bit sloppy here the last few minutes from Brownsburg.
Very firmly in control last night in the fourth quarter, and the Coach Lynch called a very, very vocal timeout in the fourth quarter. Got out on the court a little bit, trying to right the ship. Vervink has checked in for the Bruins. Waite controls it, top of the key. He's guarded by Ringo. Ringo slaps it away. Waite controls it again.
Ringo's wanting to steal on the run out.
Gets the ball off to Musial. Musial inside to Vervink. Puts it off the glass and scores. 40-24, 7 minutes left to go in the game.
Vervink's first score, and that was a nice pass there by Tri-West. They're still working the ball patiently, trying to score.
Hamilton Southeastern leads Lawrence North now 40-31 at the end of the third quarter.
Okay. There you go.
K.J. Walton trying to drive inside, gets the ball slapped away by Gadberry, and it'll stay with the Bulldogs.
I think that foul on Vervink, his first.
Carmel 32, Zionsville 20 at the end of the third quarter.
Thank you.
Derek Smits has 10 of the Eagles' 20 points in that contest. Ringo inbounds to Walton. That's a 2. His foot's on the line. It's short. Rebounded by Kyle Thompson, who puts it right back up and in for the Bulldogs. Real nice, aggressive rebound and take to the basket there by Kyle Thompson. Waite coming the other way. He is fouled this time for sure. And one thing Trevor Waite, number 21 for the Bruins, is not afraid to do is get in the paint. He's been knocked to the floor a number of times. Very aggressive going to the basket tonight.
Very impressed with him. Boy, I'll be anxious to see his senior campaign for the Tri-West Bruins.
Ryan Klein has 21 points tonight for the Greyhounds in their contest against Zionsville. He is 7 of 7 3-pointers all of his points.
Sam Comer checks in. Jordash Mavunga out. Mr. Trevor Waite now has made 6 straight free throws.
Andrew Hubley's in the game as well.
Oh, did Andrew come in?
Yep.
I missed it. There he is. Let's get that 3-pointer up, Andrew.
Number 30, Andrew Hubley, the 6-foot senior. The second free throw is good. It's a 42-26 lead for the Bulldogs. 6:30 left to go in the contest.
Jonesy in that student section, they all know about Andrew Hubley being 3 for 3. They were cheering for him to put one up last night. Look out,
Darian Ringo goes to the basket strong and a nice up and under the basket, and he scores in a timeout called, I think, by the Bulldogs. It is called by Brownsburg. Nice take to the basket there by Darian Ringo. 44-26, 6:23 left to go in the game. The Bulldogs well in control here at Varsity Fieldhouse.
Running a little short on cash or got some collectible items around the house you don't need or want? Well, take them to Hendricks County Estate Buyers in Brownsburg. They buy gold, silver, coins, tools, electronics, and antiques. They specialize in one-piece or entire collections. If you have an estate or household liquidation, call them first. Ask for Justin at 317-286-3652. 7 days a week. They're on the corner of Main and Odell in Brownsburg. The Hendricks County Estate Buyers. Also, a new Ivy Tech Community College campus has opened in Crawfordsville. The campus is right off I-74 at the Crawfordsville exit. Registration for summer, fall, spring classes is ongoing. The new campus has science labs, computer labs, complete, associate degree in business. You can meet with admissions and financial aid advisors, take an assessment, and register for classes on site. They're located just inside the Crawfordsville Commerce Park. Go to ivytech.edu or call 888-IVY-LINE, 888-IVY-LINE for more information. Ivy Tech is changing lives.
Ben Davis leading Avon by 1, 49-48. 2 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. That contest for sure coming down to the last possession, it looks like. We'll keep you updated as we can. Here, 6:23 left to go, 44-26 Brownsburg. Tri-West controls.
Boy, busy night in high school basketball, unusual for Saturday night. And you and our man Brian Scott are keeping us updated in a very fine fashion. Thank you.
Would like to thank Brian Scott for sending us the scores, as always, from his home studio up in Howard County, I believe. Tri-West driving, trying to get inside. Matt Wilson, the guard, turns the ball over. So that will stay with, or go to the Bulldogs on the turnover.
Just 6:03 left in this game now. Brownsburg trying to complete this home-and-home weekend of victories here and keep this win streak going. They've won 4 in a row coming into this game in good shape at 13-2.
Gadberry checks out of the game. Checking into the game is number, well, I'll tell you as soon as I figure it out. Number 35, Nick Sprecher for the Bruins. Nice defense there by Sprecher on Sam Comer. Get the ball out to Ringo outside the arc. Ringo's going to drive. He is fouled on the floor. Foul's going to be on number 2, Matt Wilson.
You know, just like we've seen all year, that's a defensive matchup that is so hard for other teams to contain. Darian's quickness off the dribble.
5:40 left to go. The Bulldogs.
There it is.
There's a 3 on the way.
Oh,
it's short. Andrew Hubley with the 3 from the top of the key. Off the front of the rim. Rebound goes to the Bruins. He's now 3 of 4. Ball's on the floor. Ragsdale comes up with it for Tri-West. They control on their side of the court. They get the ball top of the key to Waite.
Yo, he had to be thinking about it too, Troy.
Waite a 3 on the way. Rattles out. Knocked around. The rebound goes to Sprecher. Sprecher gets it off to Waite again, and now they call the offensive foul on Trevor Waite. Waite ends up on the floor again.
Trevor Waite is going to be tired after this game. He has tried to do everything he can for Carmel, and that is his second foul.
Plainfield has defeated Northview 60-52. .5:10 left to go, 44-26. The Bulldogs lead it. They have the ball. Ringo across midcourt, and he is offensive foul. He raised up his elbow there, it looks like.
Well, that is player control foul, whatever you want to call offensive foul on Darian Ringo, his second foul.
That's the 8th team foul against the Bulldogs. The Bruins have 16 fouls. Indiana leads Minnesota 15-13, first half from Minneapolis.
Well, it's a busy night.
That's how we like them, right?
That's right.
Foul called, and they're going to call the foul on Sprecher.
Yeah.
Number 35 for Tri-West, the offensive foul.
Yeah, he set an illegal screen over there. They were trying to get Trevor Waite open for another three-point attempt. Sprecher the foul. Brownsburg inbounds. First a timeout.
Going to call a timeout here. 4:52 left to go in the game. Brownsburg well in control. They lead it 44-26.
When plumbing problems arise, do you want a plumbing company with an impressive truck or fancy jingles? Of course not. You want your problem solved quickly and at an affordable price. At Westside Plumbing, we understand you want a plumber who is honest, respectful, and knows how to fix the problem. Westside Plumbing provides fast, professional plumbing service 7 days a week. When you invite Westside Plumbing into your home, be assured they'll be knowledgeable, timely, and will give your home the respect it deserves. Honesty, integrity, and respect. That's what you get when you call Westside Plumbing at 445-8399. That's 445-8399. Westside Plumbing, serving Brownsburg and all of Hendricks County.
4:52 left to go in the game. 44-26. Bulldogs lead Tri-West. Noblesville leads Mount Vernon 61 to, as my score goes away, 61-36.
Trevor.
Coming the other way is the Bulldogs' Trevor Lucas with the layup. 46-26. It's a 20-point lead now for Brownsburg.
Trevor back into 20-point range again, same as last night. He has 20 points.
Sprecher driving to the hoop, puts it up, rattles out, rebound on the floor. They're going to call the foul on Musial. He's not happy with the call. So the Bulldogs will, that's the 8th team foul against the Bulldogs, so they'll be shooting at the other end. 8th team foul against the Bruins. I was going to say Noblesville leads Mount Vernon 61-36. The Millers well in control there. 4:30 left in the fourth quarter. At the end of 3, Hamilton Heights leads Westfield 34-28. The Shamrocks trying to avoid their 12th straight loss. Carmel and Zionsville, 5 minutes left to go in the contest, 36-22.
Wow.
So it's kind of a low-scoring affair, even though Carmel's well in control there.
Yeah.
First free throw by Mavunga is up and good. 47-26 now.
Mavunga with 3 points now. He's a good foul shooter. He's just about 70% for the year and probably a little over that now. After these 2 nights, he gets his second one.
Second free throw up and good as well. 48-26, a 22-point lead for the Bulldogs. Bringing the ball back down the court is Connor Miller. Connor Miller, the starting guard for the Bruins, is checked back in the game. Gets the ball off to Sprecher. Sprecher back to Miller. Miller gets it over to Waite. Waite trying to get it inside to Gadberry. He can't control. Now Gadberry, a three from the far side, overshoots it. The rebound goes to Ragsdale. Ragsdale back off to Miller. Miller to Sprecher. Miller's going to try and drive now, trying to get into Ragsdale, and the bounce pass is off his foot out of bounds and goes to the Bulldogs. Another turnover for Tri-West.
Tri-West getting up there now on turnovers. That's their fourth of this quarter, 5 for the half. Rob Kendall still on the camera here for Audio Sports Online Network. You know, if you haven't gone to it, go to the Audio Sports Online Net homepage. Lots of high school action from the Midwest and around the country on available at audiosportsonline.net.
Tri-West up with the ball, and a turnover there by the Bulldogs. Coming the other way are the Bruins. Connor Miller with the ball. Tries to get it over to Sprecher. Sprecher on the court now. Knocks the ball to Ragsdale. Ragsdale driving, gives it over to Gadberry. Gadberry goes up, and he is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot two.
Foul on big Jordash Mavunga in there. That is his second. Fourth foul. I'm sorry. Fourth on Jordash.
3:37 left to go. We do want to thank Rob Kendall, our producer. Thank Brian Scott for feeding us the scores from back in his home studio up in Kokomo. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us, audiosportsonline.com.
Brownsburg had a good student crowd here on a Saturday night. Very active. Jonesy leading the way as usual down there, but a good turnout by the Brownsburg students tonight.
Free throw was up and good by Gadberry. We don't want to not forget Mr. Shane Ray.
Yeah.
From XRB Radio Brownsburg. Shane doing a great job in the local media market there, and we really honored to have our broadcast.
Troy, you're not giving us any NHL scores tonight.
Well,
you know the NHL about to shut down for the Olympics.
I got to tell you, I've been flooded. 3 on the way by Ringo, bounces out and goes out of bounds. Oh, nice rebound there by Ragsdale for Tri-West. He keeps it in bounds. I've been flooded with so many high school scores that shot there by Gadberry misses. Ragsdale with the rebound. Turnaround jump shot. That was a 3 missed by Gadberry. Now Musial has it. He can't get it to go. The ball slapped around and Ringo controls it. And they're going to call a jump ball as Sprecher got in there and tied Ringo up. The ball will stay with the Bulldogs. Number 14, Tyler Kurtz, is checked into the game for Brownsburg. So you've got Kurtz, Ringo, Lucas, Mavunga, and Dalton Vachon for the Bulldogs. 2:45 left to go in the game. They lead by 20, 48-28.
And Mr. Ringo hardly ever sits down in games. He's so important to them. And
ball is slapped around, and Tri-West now controls. Sprecher with the steal, gets it ahead and turns it right back over to Kurtz. Mavunga with the spin move in the paint. He's fouled, and the basket counts. Jordash Mavunga, spin move, lays it up off the glass. He is fouled. The basket counts, and it's 50-28, 2:31 left to go.
Mavunga's had a couple of highlight reel plays here tonight, and that was one of them.
I tell you what, they got a good one going between HSE and Lawrence North. 48-26, Hamilton Southeastern, 3:11 left to go in the game.
All right. Next week, Hamilton Southeastern and Carmel meet.
The and one rattles out from Mavunga. Waite driving the other way. Misses it, but Ragsdale puts it right back in for Tri-West on the putback. 50-30, 2:20 left to go.
Ragsdale with 4 points here tonight.
Hubley's checked back in. Gets the ball across court to Kyle Hathaway. And Hathaway gets it to Mavunga, who lets it go off his knee out of bounds. The turnover goes to the Bruins.
A little careless there, and Lynch just a look of destruction. A look of frustration. One quick yell at Jordash there, and he's okay for now.
Could be a look of destruction if you don't watch it.
Good one, Troy.
Driving in as usual. He misses everything, and the ball is off of. No, they're gonna call a foul. No, they're not. It's going to be off of Mavunga. Trevor Waite will inbounds for the Bruins. He gets the ball up to Connor Miller. Trevor Waite with a 3 on the way, misses. Rebound slapped around, and it's controlled in the paint, and he's fouled. That's Andrew Hubley with the rebound. He's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. Ben Davis has defeated Avon 55-50. So the Orioles go over to Ben Davis. against a really athletic Good Ben Davis team. And we're in it for the entire contest. They lose 55-50 by 5.
Hey, here's Hubley at the line. He could get in the score column.
Hubley's first free throw looks, it is up, and it is good.
Attaboy.
Hubley
Poor Trevor Wade for Tri-West. He's tried to do so much here tonight, but he's missed 10 straight field goals.
He's really played well, and almost looks like when he's driving in that defensive kind of collapsing pressure by Brownsburg, he gets too far into the basket.
Yeah.
The second free throw goes for Hubley. 52-30 now, a 22-point lead, 1:45 left to go in the contest.
Troy, you've seen quite a bit of basketball in your time. You're still young, though.
Well, I don't feel like I'm young, but thank you.
All right, let's close this out. 135 back-to-back home victories here for Brownsburg at hand.
Connor Miller will control. He gives it off to Gadberry. Gadberry back to Musial in the corner. Gives it back to Miller, top of the key. He swings it back to Waite. Waite and Miller will play a little catch. Waite's going to take a three. Misses another shot. That's 11 straight missed field goals, I think, by Waite. The rebound's controlled by Tyler Kurtz, and now stolen away. And see if Waite can finish. Oh, behind the back pass to Musial. Had the right idea. And Connor Miller comes up with it. The ball's knocked around again. They're fighting for it on the floor. And they're going to call a jump ball. And it's going to stay with Tri-West.
Tri-West, no quitting their game. They played hard here. Just Brownsburg, again, too athletic, too strong a defense for Tri-West here tonight.
Noblesville has defeated Mount Vernon, 71-51.
Good win for the Millers.
Waite gets the ball stolen away by Jordash Milligan. Takes it right back from him. Driving in. Nice pass in there to Gadberry. And Dalton Vachon knocked it away.
He wanted that block.
And he wanted that block bad. Carmel well in control against Zionsville, 40-24. 2 minutes left to go in that contest.
Oh, okay. Boy, Dalton, he was excited. He thought he had a block there. Looked good to me. Must have got some bit of his arm.
We're under a minute, 49.9 left to go. The free throw is up and good by Gadberry.
He has 6 points here tonight, Mr. Gadberry.
52-31. Second free throw is up, and it's good. 52-32, a 20-point lead for the Bulldogs to get the ball into Tyler Kurtz. Kurtz will bring it down, gets it to Hathaway. Hathaway had Mavunga cutting to the basket, couldn't get to him. He's tied up.
They're going to call a foul on Mr. Waite.
Looked like a jump ball, but they call him for the reach. Number 21, Waite. That's his third.
Well, after a clean first half, we've seen quite a bit of fouling here in the second half. Just 44.7 seconds left in this game, a 20-point lead for Brownsburg.
I got to tell you, Chris, I think you said Waite's missed 11 straight field goals.
Yes,
He's got 15 points tonight.
Yeah.
So if
yeah, that's right.
He had some finish there.
9 in the first half and 6 free throws in the second half.
Yeah. Second free throw was up and good.
Good job, Kyle. 2 out of 2 from the line there. Kyle Hathaway scores for Brownsburg.
Hathaway on the ground on defense. Gets up. A 3 on the way by Gadberry is long. Rebound by Kurtz, and the Bulldogs will run the break the other way. Tries to get it off. And Hathaway controls now. They'll slow it up outside the arc.
They may try and run this clock out.
Tyler Kurtz with the ball. 22 seconds left. 54-32. Brownsburg well in hand. Game well in hand for Brownsburg. Kurtz has it. They get it inside to Vachon, and Vachon gets in the scoring column. Got down on the block. Got in front of his defender. Little post play there.
Love it. Good catch by Dalton. Got that up and in.
Gadberry. Connor Miller, a 3 from top of the key. That'll count.
It's his first bucket of the night.
As time expires in the game here, the Bulldogs with another nice win on the back half of a back-to-back, coming off a big win against Westfield, a very convincing win against Westfield last night, and a very convincing win against county rival Tri-West out of the Sagamore Conference. Here tonight at Varsity Fieldhouse, the final score, Brownsburg 56 and Tri-West 35, and Chris will run down the stats for you.
Not ready quite yet, but that was Tri-West's best scoring quarter. They had 13 points in that quarter. Brownsburg scored consistently all throughout the game for a 56-35 win. Brownsburg moves to their record now.
They'll be 14-2.
There you go. Thank you.
Tri-West falls to 9-5, and once again I pitched to Chris too early, so I apologize for that, Chris. Did it to you last night too. Some scores for you. Fishers leads Anderson 48-41. That's at the end of the third quarter. Ben Davis has defeated Avon 55-50. Noblesville beats Mount Vernon by 20, 71-51. And with 2 minutes left to go in the contest, Carmel defeating Zionsville 40-24. Get some other scores here to update for you real quick. Carmel has now defeated Zionsville. That final score 43-26. The Eagles with no offense tonight against
so
the
impressive.
Greyhounds.
I cannot wait for that Carmel HSE game coming up next week. Give you some scoring here now in this game, Troy. Sorry for delay there. Mr. Miller for Tri-West finished with 3 points. Trevor White, we were impressed with him, but really cool from the field in the second half. Finished with 15 points. Austin Musial, 4 points. Frank Gadberry with 7. And our man Vervink with just 2 points. So just 35 points, and that's, we talked about it, Brownsburg's defensive scoring average at 44.4. It's only going to go down from here. They may get that down to close to 40. Trevor Lucas, the leading scorer again for Brownsburg with 20 points. Jordash Magabunga with 6. Darian Ringo, 5 points. Tyler Houston had 6. A lot of scorers here for Brownsburg. That's unusual. KJ Walton had just 7 points. Not too good of a scoring set here in these 2 games for KJ, but they didn't need him. Plenty of other players did the job. Andrew Hubley got on the score sheet with 2 foul shots. He did miss his only 3-point attempt of the night, so that 1,000%, 100% three-point shooting from Andrew, that streak is over, but he did get on the board with 2 points. Sam Comer with 2 points. A nice game by Kyle Thompson. Defense, rebounding, and scoring. He had 6 points. Dalton Deshawn with 2 buckets there at the end.
Tri-West will host Crawfordsville. That game is next Saturday, February the 15th. That's a 2:30 tip out in Liston at Tri-West High School at their home gym. After that, they will host North Montgomery on February 21st. February 22nd, they're at North Putt. February 25th, they're at Mooresville in a Sagamore Conference game. And they close out February 28th at the home of the Hot Dogs.
There you go, Frankfurt.
Up at Frankfurt High School. That's a 7:30 tip on February the 28th for the Bruins.
I'll let you give Brownsburg's remaining schedule. Just 1 second, Troy. I did forget to mention, already a big day for Brownsburg High School sports today. The girls swimming and diving squad did win their sectional. No advance on for Brownsburg swimming and diving. BHS wrestlers today placed 5 guys in the semi-state. Nick Weaver, Connor Allen, C.J. Damler, Stone Knees, Zach Roomschlag will all move on to regionals in wrestling.
After tonight, the Bulldogs, February 13th, they are at West Lafayette Harrison High School. It's a 7:30 tip up there. Home against Plainfield here. That's the last home game of the regular season. That's a 7:30 tip on February the 18th. February the 21st, they're at Lafayette Jeff. And February 25th, to close out the regular season, they're at Perry Meridian on the south side. That's a 7:30 tip down there at Well. Well, thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. Special thanks to Rob Kendall and Shane Ray for all their support. Brian Scott back in his home studio, xrbradio.com, Radio Brownsburg, and audiosportsonline.com. Chris, closing thoughts?
Good job this season, Troy. Thanks a lot for doing this. Way to go, Brownsburg. They did complete their mission of getting these 2 straight back-to-back home wins.
The Bulldogs will go to 14-2. The Tri-West Bruins fall to 9-5. And the final score again from Varsity Fieldhouse in Brownsburg, 56-36, a 20-point victory for the Bulldogs. Good night, everybody.